Oh, there's gonna be a lot of bloopers. I already know. Why am I like nervous? So we've been together for, no, not together. We've been dating for 6 years.
My wife.
Thank God for Deanna. What's up, Bruin fans? Welcome back to another season of Bruin Banter. I am your host, Felicia Hano, aka Fish, and our guest today is Kyla Ross.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm so happy that she's my first guest, honestly. Because like we're in our apartment and we're comfortable, and I just feel like it's just right, you know?
I feel it.
So this past weekend, the Bruins just finished up our season opener against Nebraska, and we absolutely killed it, in my opinion.
It was a really great first meet. I think it really set the tone. I know that there was a few things we need to fix, but I feel like the energy was great, the crowd was great, and I feel like we have a lot of confidence going into this season.
Kyla is the guest because she absolutely crushed it this weekend. She took the vault, floor, and all-around titles this weekend, so congrats to you.
Thank you.
It was absolutely amazing watching you crush it. And on that note, why don't we recap the meet? So the Bruins started off on vault. We started off a little bit shaky, but thanks to Grace and Nora's 9.75s, we turned it around.
It was really great seeing Nora compete on her first event and debut her college career. And we actually had a lineup change, so we actually had to wait a long time, and she definitely stayed cool, calm, and collected. And she was like giving hearts to the Jumbotron,
oh, yeah.
looking at herself, so the crowd thought that was pretty funny. And then she was able to go out and debut really nicely, so I think that just shows how hard she works.
I agree. And Kyla freaking Boss. On her first time ever competing, a Ncaa 1.5, she sticks it cold.
It was really awesome. I've been trying to upgrade my vault, but hadn't got it consistent enough to compete, so it was really great to see that all my hard work had paid off, and shout out to Randy for helping me and believing in me on vault.
And she scored a 9.975. Moving to bars, Mars opened with a beautiful routine, making her college debut as well, scoring a 9.875. Kyla also hit a solid routine, closing off the rotation with a 9.875 as well. Also, shout out to Grace Glenn for making her collegiate debut on the bars as well. She was off to a really good start, kind of messed up in a little bit, but brought it back at the end. Do you ever watch the Flintstones growing up? And they're in like their car, they're like rock cars, and then it just like falls apart, and then they're just like, oh. That was like Grace. On to the beam. Grace Glenn led off with a rock-solid performance, scoring a 9.875. Caitlin Ohashi finished the rotation with another hit routine, scoring a 9.9. Also, Nora made her collegiate debut on the balance beam, and she is definitely one of the best beam workers in the entire world, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was really great to see her like grace and beauty out on the balance beam, and she was so confident up there, so I was really proud of her.
Then the Bruins moved to floor, definitely our favorite event to compete in Poly just because of the fans and the atmosphere, and Ncaa definitely demonstrated that she loved the floor, starting off with a hit 9.875 routine. Finally, Kyla, Gracie, and Caitlin defined what UCLA Gymnastics floor is all about, all of them scoring a 9.95 and absolutely crushing it. They were all beautiful out there, and they showed off their routines, and it looked like they had a ton of fun with it. Even though this wasn't our best meet and we know that we're capable of doing so much more, I think it was still a really great meet to start off the season.
Just going out there and hitting our routines, going out there and competing was a really great start to the season.
So, let's talk about floor a little bit. Tell me about your routine, tell me about your character, how you chose the music.
I feel like choosing music is always the hardest part of everyone's floor routine, so I searched forever. My very first floor routine, the song was Hit the Road Jack. I was like, what if there's some remix out there? So I Googled it, and I found this remix. This year I kind of wanted a more fun routines. The past 2 years I've had more like serious and strong routines, but this year I feel like I brought the sass, and it's really fun to bring out that character. Originally I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a bank robber, because I thought the music was kind of cool and kind of had that atmosphere. And then Maddie was like, oh my gosh, what if you're like a 10-0 thief? And so that's how we got the idea. And then for Operation Peacock, I was the 10-0 thief, so.
Yeah, she'll steal your 10s and she'll steal your hearts. I mean, she's already stolen my heart, so. Well, clearly you are the 10-0 thief because one judge on floor gave you a 10.
I was really excited.
Yeah, your hard work has definitely been paying off.
Thank you.
So you've been racking up the 10s on bars and beam. Is that one of your goals this year, to get a 10 on floor and vault?
Definitely. I feel like I've been working harder on those events, especially knowing that those are my 2 weaker events. So to be able to come out on the first meet and get a 10 from one judge on those 2 events was definitely awesome. Maybe it's a switch this year. Maybe floor and vault will end up being my stronger events.
That would be pretty awesome. Moving on to vault. Your vault was absolutely stunning, sticking the vault, and I want to talk about the reaction afterwards. Your face lit up all of Poly. I'm pretty sure the people in the back could see your face smiling. Like, it was so amazing and just so awesome to see you just like so joyful about gymnastics. We've been training partners and friends for a really long time, since our elite days. And now you're in your 3rd season of NCAA gymnastics. Do you want to talk about how much fun you're having now in your 3rd year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always had such a love for gymnastics, and I love competing. So just being out there with such an amazing team and coaching staff has really made that experience that much better. And then, of course, it being Miss Val's last year, I feel like just all the many life lessons she's taught, it's been really great to be able to bring that not only to gymnastics, but also to my life in general.
Is that Koshi?
Yeah. We have a special guest on Bruin Banter.
All right, moving on to Twitter questions. This is probably my favorite segment that they've done on Bruin Banter, so I'm excited to finally read some questions. At China Can Vault asks, when you first started training the 1.5 year Ncaa vault, did you ever expect that you would be competing it, let alone stick it at the first meet you competed it at? If you're reading this, Kyla, you're amazing.
Oh, that's a sweet tweet. I started working the Ncaa 1.5 like every preseason, but I feel like this season I knew that our team really needed 10-0 vaults, especially losing one of our seniors, Pua, last year. So we definitely needed the 10-0 start values. So at first I was working the half on front pike again, but then I'm like, okay, this is not working. And so I'm like, I'm gonna commit to the Ncaa 1.5. I just worked really hard. I was really scared of it at first, just because in elite I learned like your Ncaa full, your Ncaa double full, but I never like learned the 1.5. So it was like kind of taking a step back, but also learning a new skill. So it was very different. But Randy helped so much, helping me like believe that I could actually do it. So it was really great to be able to compete it for my team and for Randy.
You go from full to double in elite.
And it's a blind landing.
Yeah, the blind landing is definitely what gets you, but I think we've both been working at it, especially you this season. Next question. At Her Majesty Kyla 1.
Love the handle name.
And she says, hey Kyla, I heard that you have many different bar routines that you can throw, but you go back to your current one every time because it's the cleanest. Is there any possibility that you'll compete a different bar routine this season?
Good question. So I've always wanted to try a new bar routine in college, but the structure is always very different because in elite I had such a long bar routine, so I was able to like add a lot of skills. But in college, like me and Chris are still trying to find like a routine that has like hard skills but also is short and concise. Basically in practice I love trying all of the skills that I used to do in elite, but I quite haven't found like the perfect routine yet. So I don't know, maybe later in season or like for my senior year I'll switch up my bar routine.
Air Avatar A, and they ask, will you change your name?
Or maybe it's just Air Avatara, or I don't something.
Something, Avatar. And they ask, will you change your name to Kyla Boss?
I feel like that'd actually be a really cool last name. Chris is the one who actually started calling me that my freshman year, and then now I feel like it is stuck. It's a pretty cool nickname.
That is a cool nickname. I wish my last name was Boss. That's okay.
I feel like if people saw that on my resume, they'd want to hire me.
Oh, for sure. Like, oh, boss? She must be a boss. Like, I have to hire her, 100%. Thank you for being my first guest, making me feel less nervous about this, because my hands were...
You did a good job on your first Bruin Banter. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You can catch the Bruins this weekend on Saturday, January 12th at the Collegiate Challenge, powered by Under Armour, at the Anaheim Convention Center, and see you next time on Bruin Banter.